Hello everyone, myself Snehal Shinde, lecturer in Pravin Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology from Electrical Department. Subject is Utilization of Electrical Energy. Subject code 22626, Unit 3, Electric Drives and Elevator. Our next point is Mechanical Features of Drive. Enclosure, what is the purpose of the mechanical features? So the purpose is enclosures is necessary for motors for all the following purposes like to protect the operating personnel from live parts of the motor like winding terminals, slip rings, brushes, to protect the motor against the foreign body and severe conditions. In many cases, motor has to operate in an atmosphere covered with dust, dirt, presence of water, or the moisture, chemical fuels, radiations. So inner parts of motor should be protected from such things. And also some solid parts like spanners, nut bolts may enter the motor when operator is doing some work in the machine. According to the Indian standard IS 4691, it described the codes for different types of enclosures. It consists of the letter IP followed by two numbers. The first number designates the extent of protection of the person against contact and of the machine against ingress of solid foreign bodies. The second number designates the extent of protection to the machine against the harmful ingress of the water. Now we will see the type and application of the various types of enclosure. So different types of enclosure used for motors and its detailed description and its application. So in the figure you can see first is the open drape proof ODP enclosure. So the description is the motor winding is cooled by the air circulation, so air can enter the motor, but liquid drops cannot enter the motor within 15 degrees from vertical plane. Indoor applications with the dry and clean surrounding. Second is the total enclosed fan TEFC. The enclosure is not completely airtight. A fan is provided on shaft which circulates air over the motor armature. Application is pumps, compressors, belt driven mechanism. So this is the total proof. Now third is the totally enclosed non-ventilated TENV. It is similar to the previous one type, that is TEFC, but it does not use the fan. Natural air flow is used for cooling. It is not completely airtight. There are no vents or openings provided, and it is used for where surrounding consists of dirt, dust and dampness. Totally enclosed air cover TEAO. It consists of dust, tight fan mounted on the motor shaft. Use where surrounding consists of dirt, dust and dampness. Totally enclosed wash down TEWD. The motor casing completely covers the motor water or liquid cannot enter into the motor body. In food processing industry, pharmaceuticals industry, high pressure washdown applications, wet environment chemical industry. Next is the explosion proof enclosure EXPL. It is totally enclosed motor. The surrounding explosive gases, chemical fumes cannot enter the motor. The temperature rise of motor should be within permissible limits because it is surrounded by explosive gases. Applications are chemical plants, oil industry, gas handling plants, plastic industry. Next is the pipe ventilated motor. The enclosure is surrounded by pipe through which air is circulated continuously. Heavy duty application where motor temperature rise is to be limited to the safe value, steel, metallurgical industries, welding equipments. Next is the transmission of mechanical power. So here is the illustration of the transmission of mechanical power from motor, then transmission device or mechanism, then load. In many industrial applications, motor shaft cannot be directly coupled to the load. It has to be connected through the gearing arrangement, flexible couplings, chain, sprocket, drive. These are transmission mechanism shows this arrangement. So here is the direct drive and indirect drive. In direct drive, the shaft of the motor is directly connected to the load or driven member. Example, motor used for pump, motor generator set. Next is the indirect drive. In case of the indirect drive, a transmission medium is used between motor and load. So the indirect drive is classified into belt drive. In belt drive, two types: flat belt drive, V belt drive, rope drive, chain drive, and gear drive. So here we will see a belt drive. So the belt drive is as shown in the figure. The motor shaft is connected to the load through the belt. Belt is a loop of the flexible material used to link two or more rotating shafts mechanically. The belt can be flat type or V belt type. Rope drive, when mechanical power is to be transmitted over large distance, the rope drive is used. The belt drive can be used up to 8 meter distance. Beyond 8 meters, the rope drive is used. The rope used is made up of fibrous materials. These are circular in cross section. The arrangement of rope drive is shown in the figure. It consists of a drum or pullet which is a cylindrical in shape. The circular cross-section rope is wound on it as shown. So force is applied, fall lines such that the rotation of pulley is in anti-clockwise direction and force is created on the load side, load line in the direction shown. Advantages of the rope drive. Power transmitted is large. It can be used for large distance. The operation is quiet. Noise level is less. It is reversible, that is, direction can be changed easily. Cost is less. Installation is easy. This is the chain drive. The arrangement of the chain drive is shown in the figure. It consists of chain and sprocket arrangement. It is a mechanism in which power is transmitted from an engine to the wheels by means of a moving endless chain. It has no slip and no initial tension is present. Hence, bending stresses are eliminated. It can be used for high speed ratio 7:1. It is particularly suitable for the damp and dirty conditions. The chain must run concentrically on the sprocket and at right angles to the shaft. So the applications of the chain drive are automobiles, material, handling plant, building construction work, oil, well drilling rigs, agriculture machinery. So the types of the chain drive are load lifting chain drive. It is used for raising lowering loads in the material handling. Power transmission chain drive used for transmitting power from one shaft to another. Hauling chain drive used in conveyor applications where raw material is continuously moved from one location to other. Next is the gear drive. Gear drive transmit the motion from one shaft to another shaft by means of contact through tooth wheels. Gears are used to change the direction of the rotation, to increase or decrease the speed of a driven shaft, to increase or decrease torque of the driven unit. Different types of gears are covered in the following tabular form in the next slide. And applications of gear drive are automobile machines in process industry, variable torque drives. So here in tabular form, the gear drive is given. First is the external spur gear. The shafts are parallel to each other. The alignment to be the properly done. Internal spur gear. The contact areas in this case is more, hence transmission of power is better. Space required is less. Rack and pinion. It converts rotary motion to the linear motion or vice versa. Helical gears. The teeth of helical gears are cut at an angle. The teeth are not exactly parallel to each other. Vertical drive. The axis of rotation is vertical for driving the member and the driven member. Application of the vertical drive. CD drive mechanism. Water turbines in hydropower plant and in washing machines. Next is the bearing. Bearing are the mechanical assembly of the rotating elements with the inner and outer races used for linear and rotary shaft application. And the types of bearing. A mechanical bearing is a component used between two parts that allows rotational or the linear movement, reducing friction and enhancing performance to save energy. A bearing is a machine element that constrains relative motion to only the desired motion and reduces the friction between moving parts. The design of the bearing may, for example, provide for the linear movement of the moving part or for free rotation around a fixed axis, or it may prevent a motion by controlling the vectors of normal forces that bear on the moving parts. Most bearings facilitate the desired motion by minimizing friction. Bearings are classified broadly according to the type of the operation, the motions allowed, or to the direction of the load or forces applied to the parts. Thank you.